Hi guys, welcome back. So in the build up to the Six Nations, I've been doing a few videos where I've made some graphs, and the one on caps experience went down pretty well, but some really good comments on there suggested, well, what if I put age on there as well? That could really, be a telling factor in saying whether caps is actually a good thing or a bad thing. So I've done them both. I've done age. You can go back, I'll link it up here. You can look at the experience, the caps video yourselves. But this one's going to be on age and some very interesting shapes. I've done the average age, but also I've graphed different age groups. So for example, starting with the lowest average age, and that's Italy. Here it is. Average age 24.3, so really young. I mean, generally in rugby you're expecting to peak around late 20s, mid-late 20s, maybe 26 to kind of 28, 29, that sort of area. I think Eddie Jones mentioned the 20 average of 28 being what you want to hit roughly come the World Cup. Italy, they're a long way below that. They won't even be up to 28 come the World Cup, but they've done a clean sweep and it's shown in this age profile. Nobody 30 and over. You can see I've done the age profile in 2 years at a time, or 21 and under and 32 and over. And you can see there's a big double spike there at the beginning where they've got lots and lots of very young players. I think they've got some 19-year-olds in there as well. They do have some guys in their peak, but no one who's super experienced, and you can see lots of young players there. So that's why I'm still not expecting them to win any games this time round. Maybe as that age improves, then maybe they will manage to win a game or two. Let's go on to France now. They're the next youngest team, if you like, or the next oldest team, however you want to put it. Average age nearly 25, 24.9, so still very young. And maybe they'll be hitting around that 28 mark, maybe just below. But have a look at that again. They do have a few 30-year-olds and over, no one over 32, but the main big spike there is in the early 20s. So that's what you're expecting. It kind of matches up with their caps graph, although if you look at the caps graph, they are actually more inexperienced cap-wise and probably a little bit older age-wise. But anyway, there's France, kind of the shape I was expecting. Now the next one is a little surprising potentially. The most experienced team in caps was England, but here's England here, the third youngest team on average, only 26.3, looking dead on target really to hit that 28 mark come the World Cup again. And look at that, it's a nice little hill there with the peak coming around 26 to 27. A few youngsters, but no one crazy young, and no one also really old as well. Obviously this is really old and really young in rugby terms, which is actually quite a small margin. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the shape you're going to want. I think you have to kind of take your hats off to Eddie Jones for getting his caps and his age profile pretty good for a team that's already kind of been winning things as well. So, I'm not just saying that as an England fan, but I think they've done pretty well. Okay, then moving up, next we have Scotland. Actually a bit older than England, which on the caps graph I kind of wasn't expecting in a way. Just over 27 years old, and they've got the full spread here. Some youngsters, but the main lot are kind of in their 20s, in that peak age of 28, 29, that sort of thing. There are a couple of over 30, 32s and overs as well. So it's not the youngest squad, but again, maybe not the oldest. Maybe they'd want some even younger players there, even though they've got quite a few new caps potentially. Probably not as young as you might have thought. Right, on to Wales. A little bit older still, 27.3. So even though, I said they're transitioning in terms of experience and caps, age range, a little bit older there. And we see there's a spike in the 24 to 25 kind of the players coming through, the next generation if you like. But there's that bulk of older players in the 30 to 31 and 32 and over, the significant number of slightly older players there. And then finally, the oldest team in the Six Nations is going to be Ireland. And again, a little bit surprising in a way, considering Andy Farrell's trying to rebuild this team. It's a new team. I said you could see they were getting towards the end of a transition potentially. But yeah, 27.5 years old, and if we look at the graph, you know, a lot of players going on towards the right hand side there, the older side. Maybe they need a few more younger players. There are, you know, a fair few players in the 30s there as well. I think probably the most players in the 30s of the lot. Is that a problem? A few of you guys in the comments have said maybe it is. Anyway guys, I'm going to pop up all the age ranges here, all the age graphs. Let me know what you think. I mean, you can interpret these in many different ways, but you guys requested having age as well, so I thought I'd do it for fun, and it's turned out some interesting results, I think. Anyway, let me know what you think, and I will catch you next time.